here's the point that Shehzad is making.
Can I reply, Rahul?
Why ask for foreign interference? He's welcome to say what he wants, criticize the government and the Prime Minister as much as he likes, but do so without asking for foreign interference.
For the first idea that when you say there are fights and you don't talk about it outside, I think also there are excerpts, and I really don't want to play an audio clip on your show now, Rahul. I'd rather talk about it. And you know that there's enough proof. A lot of my colleagues have come and played the clip for you also. Is that Prime Minister Modi also has gone outside and spoken and made disparaging remarks about India and how ashamed he was as an Indian. And Shehzad, on the idea of foreign intervention, the large-scale idea of what the BJP is trying to foist or perpetrate is this idea, this image that we're going to have troops on the ground from the US because you believe democracy is a threat. No. In diplomacy and the way that the world works in a committee of nations, interventions are of various forms. Whether it is remarks of the United States over a particular instance in Godhra or, certain actions about it, you saw that the world community has always commented on things. Whether it is Freedom House basically downrating us in terms of press freedom, whether it is certain agencies talking about the sort of freedom of press, freedom and human rights in India.
It's a very important thing. Please let me come in. I am sorry to do this to you.
I think the particular context, and I'm going to clear this, Rahul, and then you can let Shehzad, or if you want to comment on this, is the idea when you're talking about foreign entities like BBC being raided here, when you're talking about stifling of democracy as a whole, the pillars or the beacons of democracy as they claim in the World Committee have always commented and always had a response.
Now let me come in,
please, Rahul. Is stark, and that is what is, especially surprising is what Mr. Rahul Gandhi is saying. He at no point, and
she'll go on and on, you'll have to intervene.
The BJP basically just has to say, we all know we're not expecting boots on the ground.
That's quick counter.
Very quick.
I want to go across
Sanjay as well. And Sanjay on there.
Very quickly.
Yes. Aishwarya, please. 1 second now, Aishwarya. Aishwarya, you can't ramble on and obfuscate and filibuster. Please hold your peace. She has made a very important disclosure. Till now, no Congress leader has come on and said this. Because when George Soros made that despicable comment, Jairam Ramesh distanced themselves. She's coming and saying intervention need not be of the military type. Nobody's saying that. But to demand that there should be verbal action or any kind of downgrading of India's status or sanction is itself an act of... Please, Rahul, please, let my position be articulated.
Let him speak.
Rahul. It is absolutely, and Rahul, your show is the most watched show at 8 p.m. if the Congress spokesperson is saying that they actually intended for a foreign body or America to comment negatively about India, which he has just done, is the most biggest betrayal of Bharat that they have admitted to. Rahul, I think this is a big admission by a Congress leader that she said that all you're seeking was an intervention of a verbal sort.
While, of course, you're trying to catch on to something she said, but the larger point, I want to go across to Rajat.
Listen, I'm listening to you.
No, one second. Before this becomes a college-style debate where you're trying to pick on a word of your opponent, Sanjay Jha, the fact is that even if the US or Europe were to say something about India, you've already seen how this government and the people at large don't particularly care about what's there in a VDM report or some Freedom House report. It's water off a duck's back. It doesn't matter. Why then did Rahul Gandhi ask for foreign interference, and do you think this has undone some of the good work that he did during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, that he's essentially gone and scored a self-goal?
Rahul, let me tell you that after the success of the Bharat Jodo Yatra, clearly the BJP is rattled by Rahul Gandhi, number one. Point number two, and this is very critical here, and I'm surprised how Aishwarya hasn't actually strongly repudiated the absolutely nonsensical garbage that Rahul Gandhi is being accused of by the BJP. At no point, and I say so because I have known Rahul as a person, and I can tell you even today I'm a supporter of the Congress ideologically. At no point, and the BJP needs to explain this to the people of India. I have communicated this to some of my friends in the Congress, that you should actually take the BJP to town. Where has Rahul Gandhi said that he wants a foreign power to intervene in India diplomatically or in terms of language or in terms of political pressure? Forget military. I think that is the fundamental point. I will tell you the context of that debate. Number one, when the BBC was raided in India by this government, by this autocratic authoritarian government on income tax, it was a conversation piece across the media, across countries, that why do UK and US, which talked about the shared value, democratic traditions, why are they silent? I mean, that is a question that has been talked about by politicians, by think tanks, by media. I think Rahul Gandhi was really reiterating that point, number one. Number two, if anybody is talking about foreign intervention, I want to ask a question of the BJP spokesperson on your program after I'm done. Don't allow him to interrupt me, please, Rahul, because that is a standard playbook. Who said "Ab ki baar Trump Sarkar"? This is, in my opinion, the most incongruous and bizarre attempt by Mr. Modi's government and Mr. Modi himself to campaign for Donald Trump during an election campaign in the US for the presidential elections. I mean, that was the most embarrassing, if not the most humiliating episode in Indian international diplomacy. Point number three, and this is critical. You know it and I know it, Rahul, the way the disinformation war and social media campaigns are run to try and malign people. I think the Congress needs to right now ask a question of the BJP, and I do so through your program. Have you apologized to the people of India, BJP, for being silent for several years while Mr. Adani's wealth ballooned to such a proportion that it has become a financial scam? Number two, who has yet apologized for the 2002 riots in Gujarat? You guys are rich, hypocritical, and absolutely fraudulent